to you live from the rinks in Oppog. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. It's opening night at the rinks, the South Rinks to be specific. I'm Ryan Brannigan, joined alongside Brady Campbell, who'll be running the board and providing color commentary. So Brady, how are you doing here today for this opening night?
Oh, it is great to be back, Ryan. First of many, many games. We are back indeed on the LI Sports Network South Rink, and it should be a good one. Southampton, of course, an up-and-coming town here in the hockey world over these last few seasons. I think they could be a very dangerous team. I love their threads, their tarps, going with the Whalers colors now, and of course St. Anthony's, which has been the powerhouse here in this division, and they're looking to get back to the top. And first of 6 games here tonight, 3 on the South Rink. Strap in, folks. We got you for the rest of the evening.
Absolutely. Southampton making their return to the SCHSHL last season at the freshman level, and they did well for themselves. They're looking to keep that momentum going. They had 5 wins on the year last season, 2 ties, finishing 11th place. Meanwhile, for St. Anthony's, anything but a championship is usually looked at as not a success. They did have a good season, of course, last year. 15 wins, including a playoff berth. However, they do not get a win in the playoffs. That also included a tie. They last year, of course, were led by Dylan Schlicht. He has since moved on to an upper level. So, of course, the constant rotation of players, a part of any college or high school type of situation. It's no different here in the SCHSHL.
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie, prepping for these games tonight and for this season, there is a lot of shuffle between the towns and the teams they represent, and players are able to move teams at times or move up a division, of course. So there is a lot of rotation from season to season, which is why you really don't know what to expect here going into night one. Of course, you know, years past have showed us there are some teams that just produce powerhouses, maybe more so at the varsity level from year to year, but sometimes here in these lower levels, it's really hard to tell. That's why I'm so excited for these opening games.
Speaking of powerhouses, East Islip really were the team to beat last year. 22 wins out of a possible 25, including the playoffs last year. Of course, they do fall to Smithtown Hauppauge in the eventual championship game, a decisive Game 3 as the whistle blows. The 2 teams will collect the pucks. 15 minutes up on the clock. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Opening night, Ryan Brannigan, Brady Campbell. We'll be back in just a moment to take a look at the starting goaltenders for both sides. Don't go anywhere.
St. Anne's first?
Yeah. St. Anne's first. After you bring up some of the starting lineup. In the conclusion of the anthem, a beautiful rendition of the recorded variety. And we're set to go here, first period. St. Anthony's against Southampton. Southampton rocking some green jerseys, a difference from last year. They had more of the crimson type color. As we get ready here for puck drop, Brian Brannigan, Brady Campbell along with you. Brady, any last notes before heading into the first puck drop here of our opening night of the Suffolk County High School Hockey League?
Not much. Just sit back and enjoy. This should be a good matchup. We got JV hockey coming up again later, 2 varsity games. But it all starts right here, right now on the South Ring. Southampton rocking the new unis, as they mentioned, looking to turn the corner here for a new era. And St. Anne's looking to continue their powerhouse run at all levels.
Starting goaltender for St. Anthony here is going to be Brody Morbillo. Brody Morbillo last played for ESF last season, and ESM, as they went on quite the run for their freshman team, also making the debut back. And on the other side of the ice, in goal, between the pipes for Southampton, is Leontios Treazos. As we're underway, face-off won by Southampton, controlled early by the captain, Aiden D'Angelo. He'll rim it around the boards, along to the near side. Centering feed and first action for Treazos as he'll cover up. 14:43 on the clock, first period, St. Anne's, Southampton.
Be interesting to see if St. Anthony's, of course, a great team last season, can control the play, if Southampton can weather this early storm.
Face off to the left of the Southampton. Never ripped a shot right off the draw. Excellent chance early on for Landon Ivazaz. He's another former ESM forward that is playing for now the golden black. Another shot there is denied by Trey. It's also good blocker save. That one off the stick of Reggie Henry. And now coming the other way, breaking out, Southampton. Get it to the near side where it's settled down by Michael Kessler. Kessler will rim it around the boards to D'Angelo. However, the Friars clear. Settled down back at center by Grady Craig. Craig receiving forecheck from Nicholas Tizzano. Now once again in the opposite corner, D'Angelo trying to spin out of harm's way. Good forecheck provided from Landon Ivazaj. Nevertheless, Southampton break out. Kessler in over the line and having to touch up and offsides, going across the blue line early this time for Southampton was, I believe that was Merritt Bistrain Emptage.
Close play at the line there. Another interesting thing, of course, game 1, September. The weather outside still nice. How long is it going to take for both of these teams to really kind of settle in?
Yeah, surprisingly in the ice rink, not wearing my LISN sweatshirt or sweat jacket, is moving in. Nice move. Good chance for Cam Minardi. Unable to get a shot away. Not tested yet thus far has been Brody Morbillo between the pipes for St. Anne's. There's a turnover chance. Fanning on it that time for Southampton was Mistretta. Going the other way with it, the Friars pass just a little out of the reach of Todd Roush. Pushing it forward, Antonino Borison. Southampton breaking out on the near side. Here's Minardi, 2-on-2 over the blue. Wrist shot wide. Good shot, though, for Minardi. Both teams settling in, no score, 12:41 left here first period between the Friars and the Whalers. Whalers of Southampton, Friars of St. Anne's. Moving forward with it now, Declan McNamee. She'll take the shot. First of the game for the Southampton Whalers. That's on goal. A glove save from Morbillo.
Yeah, these Friars defensemen backing up maybe a little too much for their coach's liking. We saw the shot a few minutes ago as well. Hit a skate in front. Some dangerous looks, though, for the Whalers early.
Offensive zone draw. That's Emptage. Emptage the wrist shot. And a right pad save made by Morbillo. Friars looking to clear. It's not out. Kept alive at the line. Good play made by Grady Craig. Friars will try the other side. Once again, held in by Southampton. That wrist shot flutters wide. Over to the near side, pinching in nicely there was McNamee. Once again, Friars looking to clear. Craig does a good job to keep it alive. Hands it over to D'Angelo. His shot denied by Morbillo. Another chance, another save, Morbillo, who's been tested quite often here in the last couple of minutes. Friars looking to break out. On the stick of Macaulay. Macaulay drop pass, wrist shot, glove save made by Trezos.
Get another look at that save, Ryan. This time it's the Friars in transition. Good little drop pass here. Talking about maybe some rust for these teams. Doesn't look like there's too much. And what a glove save. Seeing that through traffic.
Patrick Cetera with the chance for the Friars. And I'd say first quality save thus far. 2-on-1 developing for Southampton. A chance on the back end. O'Sullivan, no, it wouldn't go. Another try. Across. They score. Southampton get your first goal of the SCHSHL 2025-2026 season. And it's off the stick of Michael Kessler.
What a fast start to the season. Up and down we go. A great save by Morbillo as he almost got caught sliding across. Puck still free though. Bounces to Kessler. He didn't even get all that. Bouncing puck. Great hand-eye. And what a start for the Whalers.
It is Southampton responsible for the game's first goal, the 2025-26 season's first goal, as I mentioned. And a back-and-forth game looks to continue to be that way. 2-on-1 rush gets it done. Looking for more is Kessler. He's behind the Friars' goal. Off a skate, back to O'Sullivan. Another centering feed is blocked. Good defense from the Friars. They'll break out here, only though as far as the defenseman Stefano McCourt. Back the other way come the Friars momentarily. A shot goes off the stick of a Whaler defenseman. Now back the other way, Cam Minardi. Looks like a 3-on-2 developing. Minardi to the backhand. Minardi's pass could not find the goal scorer, Kessler. He's got it now, backhands it, comes right out in front. Good toe drag, and drawing a penalty in the process as that shot. Not sure if it made it through or not, but a great play nonetheless from Grady Craig. Been saying his name a lot tonight, Brady.
What a move that was. Not able to get the shot away, but able to draw that penalty. And the Whalers, what a start. They get the goal, they come right back down. Nearly another great chance. Drawing the penalty, though. First penalty of the season against the Friars. Can't afford to fall down in a 2-0 hole.
If delayed penalty, it's going to be a hooking call. Again, drawing the penalty was Craig. Here's a shot, blocker save made by Morbillo as the momentum securely belonging to Southampton. Again, it's Craig. Stutter steps, goes down, but not before he can get it to McNamee, who walks, fires, pad, save made. And how about Declan McNamee? Very dangerous from the back end, a good pad save made by Morbillo, who really has done his best to keep the Friars in the game so far, as this really has taken a turn in favor of Southampton. Harrington has it, flips it into the corner. Mistretta will try to continue the cycle. We'll get a stoppage. We have another penalty here, Brady.
Yeah, I didn't see that one, but looks like you're right. As we await the
Our
call.
official goes to the scorers table. We do have another penalty, and it's against the Friars. A 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 11 seconds coming your way for Southampton. A chance to go up 2-0 on the Friars. McCourt.
Okay.
Plenty of room out there. D'Angelo. Back to Harrington. Hunter Harrington fanned on the cross-ice feed. And they'll have to come out of the zone. Poked out, a good play made by Nooner. Back in comes Southampton. That shot through a screen is stopped by Morbillo. Minardi wheeling. Minardi fires, scores! Cam Minardi doing it all. 2-0 Southampton.
Whew, what a shot. Minardi has brought the speed here tonight, just wheeling through the offensive zone. Look at the patience here on the shot. Buries that low blocker side.
As you said, Brady, the patience, he outweights Morbillo till there's just enough room to slide the puck past his pad, but inside of the post. 2-0 Southampton, and they're still on the power play for another minute and 18 seconds as they score on the 5-on-3. In possession of McCourt. McCourt, that pass too far for Kessler, and it'll go all the way down for an icing against Southampton. With 8:38 to go in the first period, it is the Whalers with the 2-0 lead.
Yeah, St. Anthony's, they find themselves down one, and then back-to-back penalties dig them a little bit of a deeper hole here. Very crucial minute left here on this kill for them.
Face off to the right of Trezas, who tested a couple of times earlier in the game, has been a little quiet here. Minardi trying to get by the defenseman, but a great play defensively for St. Anthony by Satara. And now I think we're going to have a call against Southampton that'll end their power play. Skate 4 aside. That's what we see. It's Minardi. Just scored a goal. He'll take a trip in the sin bin now. Minute and 23 seconds of power play time will ensue for St. Anthony, barring no other penalties, as that shot from Henry over the net. Henry's back on it. We'll try to chip it in. It's, however, taken over by Southampton's defenseman, ever so present, Craig. They'll get it back to Craig. Craig running into some trouble here. It's taken over. Moving in now for St. Anthony. A chance. Backhand. Wouldn't go. Treyas off the left pad save. Stoning Tizzano.
What a stop. He was with them the whole way. Didn't give him any room.
Southampton trying to break out. D'Angelo. 1-on-2. Gets the space shot. A glove save made Morbillo. And now, again, a minute and now 5 seconds of power play time for the Friars. Down by 2 here, first period. Moving up the ice with authority, Kalmar. Kalmar fanning on the shot. Off the glass, not quite out just yet. McNamee will chase it down. Or pardon me, that's a Emtage, Bristrain Emtage. She'll send it deep into the Friar zone. One of the returning players to this Whaler team is Merritt Bristrain Emtage. Meanwhile, back the other way, St. Anthony. Nooner shot, scores! Nicholas Nooner cuts the lead for Southampton in half. It's 2-1, a power play goal.
It's a good shot through traffic here. Might be one Terriasos might want back. But he sees the screen off the blocker. Tough break there for Terriasos, but a good one for St. Anthony's. They're right back in this hockey game.
Shot goes wide behind the Southampton goaltender's net. 2-1 the score now. A goal from Nicholas Nooner, assisted by Trevor Galloway. At the 6:49 mark of the first period, it's been quite the eventful back and forth first period as a ricocheting puck gets on at Terriazos and is denied by the Southampton netminder. Friars move it from near to far. It's shot going wide to the left of Terriazos. Behind the net, Minardi. His goal, the reason they currently still have the lead, Southampton, scoring the second goal of the game. Here's D'Angelo. Pokes it into the zone. It'll roll on to Morbillo, who sticks it aside. Turnover, chance, shot, save made by Morbillo. Lost his stick in the process. Buck does exit the zone. McNamee sends it to her defensive partner, Craig. Craig spinning with it. Pushed up the ice. Back onto the stick of the St. Anthony Friars. A good chance to move it forward here for the Friars. Hops over a stick. Terriazos will hop on it, and a quick whistle freezes play. 5:12 to go. First period, 2-1 Southampton.
We were talking about the possible slow start, anything but for both of these teams. They're coming out firing here in this opening 10 minutes.
Yeah, face off to the right of the Southampton goaltender. Shot was blocked, taken by St. Anthony's Menino. As chance, oh my goodness, near disaster. As Aiden Colmar, with a bit of a miscommunication with Morbillo, nearly ended up in the back of the net. Back the other way, though, for the Friars is Roush, Todd Roush. Believe he played for KPC last season.
He did. Another one of those players that changes teams here. It's almost like a free agency.
That it is. O'Sullivan trying to get, O'Sullivan still on it, deflecting puck, and it wouldn't go in. Cleared out of harm's way by the Friars.
They might have gotten away with a hooking penalty of some sort down on O'Sullivan there in that chance in tight.
So an offside, we'll get a stoppage in play. 4:12 to go, first period. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Ryan Browning in here with Brady Campbell, covering opening night on the south side. It's been a thrilling back and forth game between St. Anthony Friars and the Southampton Whalers. And the Whalers just 5 wins last year as opposed to the Friars 15. That being said, both of these teams look pretty evenly matched thus far, Brady, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Back and forth. No team really taking it to the other just yet. A little sloppy in the defensive zone at times, but that'll sharpen as the game wears on.
Picking up speed in the neutral zone, trying to gain offensive zone positioning there is Trevor Galloway of the Friars. Is still pinballing around in the near side corner. Will come to the far side corner. We're going to be slowed down by Hunter Harrington. He'll clear it for the moment. Right back in it goes, provided by Nooner. Nooner, the goal scorer for St. Anthony's. Nearly a turnover, does become a turnover. Pushed right back on and fired out of harm's way by McCourt. Harrington trying to bank it off the far wall, and no dice that time. We'll bring it around the near side, around the net. Cam Minardi tries to backhand one out. Again, no dice. So he'll try the other side. Firing it in hopes of connecting with his teammate Mistretta. Instead, here come the Friars. Nooner stopped by Terriazos. Harrington threw it around. It's held in by Nooner. Once again, Harrington for Southampton will bank it out of the zone. All the way down it goes. Mistretta giving chase. Pounding Nooner. Nooner circling around him. That's past the stick of McNamee and into the zone. We're going to be taken over by Grady Craig. Craig moving it up ice. Great back-checking play, however, made by Nicholas Tizano. Thwarting the chance for Southampton. And all alone by himself, moving in, McCauley scores! Tie game off the stick of Logan McCauley.
I think the Southampton defense got caught puck watching a little bit, bouncing puck, pinballing around down the St. Anthony's end. And McCauley all alone at the Southampton blue line. Great shot.
No chance for Terriazos. A beautifully placed shot from Logan McCauley. And we're all tied up at 2. And a game that has seen 2 big momentum shifting moments, where it looked like it was all Southampton earlier in the period. The Friars have taken back control and tied up the game, 2-2. A great pass also, Brady, on that last goal from Aiden Colmar. And then a big hit up high on McNamee. Delivered out. She pops up. She's fine. Going the other way with it. Sliding it just wide. Chance for the Friars. And I was, once again, I believe that was Colmar. Might have been McCauley. Southampton broke in, but only for the moment. Settled down here, Menino. Try to flick it to his winger. Return pass misfires. Back on the stick of Tizzano. Tizzano's got to wait for his teammate to touch up. Southampton making a change. Tizzano trying to take advantage. Nice move. Tizzano scores! Oh, Nick Tizzano, dazzling, gives the Friars their first lead. It's 3-2.
There's the first pure highlight reel goal of the season. Are you kidding me? Gets by one. Whoop, see you later. Somehow able to maintain possession as well. Get it back to the forehand. In tight, stick handling in the phone booth. And the Friars, just like that, first lead of the season.
3 unanswered for the Friars, and you mentioned it. How about the patience there before that play even started, waiting to be onside, waiting for his teammate to touch up, head up as well in order to make that happen, and then doing the rest himself. That puck will go all the way down, and despite the Whaler probably going to be the one to touch it first, it's an icing no matter what. No hybrid icing here at the SCHSHL. 29.6 seconds to go in what has been the definition of a back-and-forth first period. First 2 goals for Southampton, the last 3 belonging to the Friars, 3-2. Face-off win in the defensive end by Southampton. Turnover, giveaway, chance, save, rebound, stop, Terriazos.
2 big saves here as the Friars starting to feel it a little bit momentum-wise. I feel like it shifted on that tying goal where it was kind of a broken play and then suddenly a breakaway down the other end of the ice, knocking Southampton back on their heels a little bit here to end the period.
Yeah, Southampton got to try to reset to what they had going before, and obviously the Friars want to keep the train rolling. Face off to the left of the Southampton netminder. In the take, the draw is Landon Ivizaj for the white, gold, and black. Cam Minardi for Southampton. It's a 50-50 draw that is dug out by the Friars. Quick D-to-D pass save made. Rebound. Stop by Terriazos.
He's under fire right now, trying to keep his team at worst only down 1 going into the second, as it seems all the momentum has gone the Friars side here in these final 5 minutes of this period.
Ivizaj who won the draw back to Galloway, who shifted it over to Nooner, and now they'll try to see if they could do that again from the far circle as opposed to the near, but it's won by Minardi. Not out of the zone. Great keep by Nooner. Nooner shot toward the net wouldn't go, and that is how we conclude period number 1. First period of the 25-26 Suffolk County High School Hockey League season in the books. And what a period of hockey it was. 3-2 after 1. You're listening to the LI Sports Network's coverage of the SCHSHL. Ryan Brannigan, Brady Campbell. We'll be back for the second after this. Welcome back to the Rinks and Ophog. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Ryan Brownigan, Brady Campbell, and of course, how could I forget our cameraman, Wally Mitchell, carrying you through this Southside game between Southampton and St. Anthony. Brady, what can you tell us about that first period? Perhaps a quick recap, and what can we expect here in the second?
Yeah, that was a complete whirlwind of a first. For those maybe just joining us, the Whalers jumped out to the early 2-0 lead, but those last 5 minutes controlled by the Flyers as they storm back. Tizzano, highlight reel goal to give his team the lead. And if there was any rust for either of these teams coming into this game, it's gone now. Possible chance here.
Possible chance for Solis, and that's stopped by Terriazos. Solis, another one of those players who we saw playing with a different team last season. Specifically, that would be Northport Huntington. Speaking of Northport Huntington, they're getting underway against Longwood over on the north side. Game that'll be called by Kevin Broderick. There's a chance down low. Big opportunity. Great job thinking to make the pass there by Martin O'Sullivan. Just couldn't connect. Long shot sticked aside by Morbillo. And it looks like Southampton have responded here early in the second period from that kind of trailing off in the first. But a great move there from Kalmar. Kalmar into the zone. Passing, shot. Whoa, what a go! Terriazos with a fantastic save that's worth another look.
Save of the season so far, I'd say.
It's a great.
Kalmar, he's just so good at skating. Great pass, heads up. What a stop by Terriazos.
Had to push off that right skate to get over to cover as much net as he could. Face off win right off the draw. Another right pad save. A kick and a beauty. As again, Terriazos stopping the Friars from increasing their lead. This time it's Nicholas Nooner looking for his second goal of the game. That gets stonewalled by the Whaler netminder. Again, it's Nooner, and that's the glove of Terriazos. 3 consecutive saves, all of great difficulty, made by Terriazos.
Boy, has he looked locked in so far with some of these stops.
Absolutely dialed for the team in green. Keeping it a 1-goal game. At the near blue line, running into some trouble, McCauley. McCauley, one of the goal scorers for the Friars. The shot goes wide. Ricochet, they try to get it right back to McCauley. Had trouble with it, and now a breakout chance. Minardi, goal and an assist so far in the game. Tries to dangle around McCauley and dangled himself offside. 13:05 to go here in the second. 3-2 Friars. As I was beginning to say before, over on the north side of the rink, Northport Developmental against Longwood, a game called by Kevin Broderick and, of course, our main man on the cam, Paul Trentini. And perhaps Travis Quigley be making an appearance as we get set for another season of SCHSHL coverage here on LI Sports Network. Be sure to follow us on social media at LA Sports Network. Moving in with it, the Friars, and getting taken down was Cetera. That'll be a penalty. Friars 1 for 1 already on the power play in the game. Will they even need it? Yes, they will. As breaking all the way down the ice was Brody Morbillo. A long way to go as the benches are a period of the long change.
Both these teams were talking about it a little bit. The discipline level. If you're just joining us once again, St. Anthony's fell behind 1-0 and were lucky to only surrender one more goal when they were down 5-on-3 early in the first period. Now Southampton starting to take a couple.
Ricochet out in front and steer just out of harm's way, and D'Angelo will bank it all the way down the ice. Minute 50 to go on the power play. The penalty to Hunter Harrington, a tripping call, is what puts the Friars a man up. Moving in with it now for St. Anthony, trying to chase that one down in the corner. Landon Ivazaj Move now for Satera, centering feed of Visage. Not sure he got all that shot. It was stopped by Terriazos, and D'Angelo will backhand it out for Southampton. Minute 18 to go on the power play. Intercepted, great read, McNamee. McNamee looking for options, will circle back with it before sending it down low. Move through the skates, that time of Kevin Kretz. Kretz will try to make a change, a fire wagon change of sorts, as coined by Doc Emmerich. Move back with it. It's St. Anthony. Kalmar ripping it around. Picked up by Ivisage. Down in the corner. Fight for possession. McNamee. Place it ahead. Craig. Outlets. It's O'Sullivan. Taking a big hit right into the board, surviving the hit, and charging toward the net. Good shift, good play there from O'Sullivan. Craig sauced it across to McNamee. Had a hard time settling it down. Will continue to try to go after it. Now the other way, St. Anthony. Roush dangling, and great defensive play made by Craig. Power play is over. We're back to even strength. 1 for 2 on the night are the Friars. Continue nonstop action. Taking over is Martin O'Sullivan. Sends in, chasing after it, Kessler. Kessler will get there. Kessler off the stick of Morbillo. Still loose out in front. Harrington loads up, fires, and that goes off of Kalmar in front. Kessler trying to gain control again of Fanning, and just able to keep it in was Harrington. Fresh off his 2-minute sit in the box. Has it in the offensive zone, takes a hit up high, dished out by Ivisage. That puck will go all the way down, and icing on the Friars. 10:02 to go, second period. Still 3-2 in favor of St. Anthony.
The goalies definitely look more dialed in here in the second period. We did mention Terriazos has looked great. That first goal from the Friars, probably one he wanted back. Tough shot that hit off his blocker and plopped into the back of the net. But since then, he's looked great. And Morbillo probably not as busy here as of late, but he's looked good too.
Face-off control. Out in front, chance, and it would have go back door. Stretching out for it, I think, was Morbillo. He might have got a piece. Another centering feed wouldn't go. They still fight and claw at it. Nothing through. McCourt, wrist shot, just wide. Friars still unable to possess the puck. Trying to regain possession as well. Southampton, Minardi in the near side corner for Harrington. Harrington, low shot, deflected by his own defenseman, stopped by Morbillo. Getting a piece of that last one was McCauley. Near disaster averted by the goaltending of Morbillo. Friars look to turn defense into offense. They try to crash into the zone. Henry III unable to get there. Here's Kessler the other way. 3-on-2 developing. Minardi, backhand. Minardi will circle back. Good back check from the Friars. Puts it on a tee for Harrington. Deflection. Save made Morbillo. And a big collision behind the net. Over to the right side. Turnover. Chance. Blown dead. Oh, man.
Everyone catch their breath. Here's that first chance off that face-off. Let's see if Morbillo was the one that got that save going across. Right through the crease. Might have had some help from his defenseman, but what an effort. And then made that great save on that redirection down there as well.
Big swing here is, again, almost scoring to tie the game, Southampton. And Martin O'Sullivan off for a trip. They are shorthanded. Again, 1 for 2 on the power play tonight are the Friars, their third opportunity. Circling back with it, D'Angelo. They finally get it over to McNamee. Fires in. Settled down by St. Anthony. However, a turnover and right back onto the stick, Southampton, and away they go. McNamee to Craig. Craig into the offensive zone, right on to the stick of Aiden Colmar. Turnover, chance, not quite. Couldn't get back to it, Mistretta. Craig will flip it back into the zone. Great penalty killing thus far for Southampton. Puck, wraparound chance, save, rebound, oh, a dazzling left kick save from Morbillo. The other way they go, St. Anthony, it's Tizzano. Wrist shot off the mask of Terriazos. Stunned him a bit, they're back. He's back, puck's out of the zone. 55 to go on the power play for St. Anne's. Turned over. D'Angelo trying to dangle, not having any of it. Where the Friars, specifically Borison, but here's McNamee. McNamee, a wrister off the pipe. And right back out to center. 3-on-1 developing. St. Anthony, a Nooner shot wide. Put out in front. Taken over by McNamee, who was inches away from tying the game. Glove down at center by Colmar. Pardon me, that is McCauley. McCauley, a shot wide. Over the stick of Nooner. Minardi back on it. 7 seconds to go on the power play for St. Anthony. They had a couple of chances, but mostly dominated here by Southampton. Minardi. What a move! Minardi! Stopped by Morbillo.
Whew, how about that move? Minardi putting the hands on display tonight. Another great save. And we'll look back at this one as well. Now it's Morbillo's turn to put a few on the highlight reel. The wraparound. Great kick save with the left pad.
Minardi hit him with the L1 for all you Chell players out there. As that shot also swallowed up by Morbillo. 6:42 to go, second period. It's been an action-packed game, really from start to finish, or start to this point. We're not nearly done yet, a little over halfway through. 3-2 in favor of St. Anthony. Good transition here for Galloway. Galloway's shot, though, hit a stick, rolls wide. Back up to the point. That shot deflecting wide, taken by McCauley. Good defenseman, though, from Kurtz. Is that shot? Stopped by Terriazos from a sharp angle. Kretz trying to chip it out. Friars keep it for now. Backhand shot. Goes, just missed. Great opportunity there in front from Cetera. Flipped into the neutral zone. Minardi back on it. Minardi moves in. Minardi wide. Great back check in the form of Trevor Galloway. Might have made a difference there, Brady. Meanwhile, McCauley to the backhand. Sliding one save. Rebound. Terriazzo said no.
Oh, baby. If you like goaltending, what a game to start the season. If you like any skill in hockey, might as well stay tuned into this one. But watch this. Big rebound. Oh, what a save.
If I may, we are so back. Face off to the left of Terriazos. One in the defensive end by D'Angelo. Moved up the left boards. Back to D'Angelo, the captain, wearing the C. Carrying it over the blue line. Into the zone. Challenging Colmar. Colmar, good box out. Flips it around, but not expecting it. To get it on the other side there was Hoffman, so back in it goes. Check from D'Angelo. Or pardon me, that was not D'Angelo. D'Angelo had it for a moment there. But rather that was O'Sullivan. Chance here for O'Sullivan, wouldn't go. And he'll slip down. No trip there. Back along the near side. Pinching in is Craig. Friars clear. McNamee. Trying to bounce it back out and rolls onto the stick of McNamee. A flip to Kessler. Open the scoring. First goal of the year for Kessler. We'll try to backhand it through. It stopped. Kessler joined by D'Angelo as that shot sticked away by Morbillo. 4:36 to go here in the second period. Turnover. Chance. D'Angelo will take it around the net. Looking for options. D'Angelo Takes a peek, finds Craig. Craig, great defensive play to put the pressure on Craig by Hoffman. Craig trying to get it back. Covering for his defenseman is D'Angelo. He'll bring it on his stick through the middle of the ice. Aiden D'Angelo, onside is the play. Poked off his stick for the moment. D'Angelo's got to hustle back. He's out of breath. He's got to go for a change. 1-on-2 though the other way. That shot going wide. Harrington doing enough there to prevent it. And a delayed penalty upcoming. It's going to be too many players on the ice, Brady.
I believe against the Friars as well. And the discipline for the Friars, especially on the penalty like that. They're having a rough period right now. Another power play for the Friars.
Friars 1 for 3 in the game. This is their 4th opportunity. Too many men, or players, I should say, for the Southampton Whalers. Minardi giving chase, but it's held in by St. Anne's. A flip to center is shut down. Good play at the blue line as that pass misfires. It's Galloway. McCauley to the backhand. McCauley. Centering feed blocked by Minardi. Right back on the stick of McCauley. They'll try the other side. It won't go. Good recovery that's time made by McCourt of the Whalers. Resetting are the Friars on the other side. That shot blocked by Minardi. Another shot. Whistles just wide. Picked up by McCauley on the near side. Nooner. Galloway. Down low for shot there, saved Terriazos and cleared. 53 seconds left on the power play for St. Anne's. And nearly colliding with the goaltender there. Morbillo, who came out to play it. Slowing things down, Nooner. Nooner. Hands off, trying to work his way through for another highlight reel goal was Tizano. No luck that time. It's cleared all the way down.
Strong kill here so far for the Whalers. Look out!
No! Off the side of the net. Morbillo dodging a potential disaster. McCauley on the backhand. McCauley into the glove of Terriazos with 12 seconds to go. Fans to the right, fans to my left, both applauding as both teams are putting on a show here tonight, Brady.
Friars have gotten away with several miscommunications in their own end and nearly another disaster, crisis averted there while on the power play nonetheless. Looked like it hit the outside of the goal. Pretty good kill so far from the Whalers. Looks like they'll finish it off.
Picking up speed, moving in. O'Sullivan scores! Martin O'Sullivan! A short-handed goal ties the game at 3. And it was an absolute snipe.
Wow, right as the 3 seconds left, right before the penalty expires. Count it, short-handed goal. Looked like he had a step there through the neutral zone and just kept going. Down that left wing. What a shot he possesses. Tie game.
Gripping it and ripping it. Martin O'Sullivan had an assist already in the game. Count it, his first of the year. 3 different goal scorers for each of the 3 different goal scorers for each team as we arrive at a 3-3 stalemate, a minute 38 to go. Second period. Can't think of a much better way to kick off the season here tonight, Brady.
Absolutely not. This is exactly the game, as commentators, we would ask for.
Shot through, traffic save, rebound, Terriazos again with a big stop. Another long shot, stopped by Terriazos, again another rebound. This time it's handled by Craig, goes behind his net. 2 Friars came together behind the net, and Craig emerges with the puck. Craig hits the blue line, sends in, or red line rather. Deep into the zone it goes, giving chase was the most recent goal scorer, Martin O'Sullivan. Friars back with it, though. Banking it to himself is Henry. And instead turned over. Back the Southampton Whalers. Pushing it along. Good defensive box out there from Kalmar. Playing the body, centering feed, rejected. Friars trying to gain control, get it out of the zone. Of course, Southampton wants the exact opposite. Kalmar, good move. Carrying it in his own zone into neutral ice, now into the O-zone. Kalmar, shot just missed the far post. Minardi settling this one down with just 10 seconds to go in the period. Into the zone it goes, and will more than likely be the last thing before we hit the buzzer. 1 goal in that period as opposed to 5 in the first. It belonged to Southampton, scored shorthanded by Martin O'Sullivan. And that's how we go into the third, tied up at 3 between Southampton and St. Anthony's opening night here at the rinks for the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. Third period is on its way. Don't go anywhere. Ryan Browning and Brady Campbell, and on the camera, Wally Mitchell. We'll catch you on the other side for the third.
Get one of these things that having one hand in the pocket, just like, dude, it's luxury.
I'm like so used to having a hand up.
It's like, dude, it's fucking luxury. Just hand in the pocket, just.
It's your arm, you do it.
I literally do the one because I can control from there.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Welcome back to the Rinks and Hop Hog. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Ryan Browning and Brady Campbell again here with you for the start of the third period. And we could not, as we talked about in between that period, Brady and I, we could not have asked for a better start to the season. This game has had it all, 3-3, great saves, great goals, back and forth play, power play chances, costly penalties, you name it, it's had it. We'll start 5-on-5. It's an equipment issue with Brody Morbillo, St. Anthony Friars netminder. Looks like a problem with his skate, and out to do the repairs right now, it would appear. Let's see, getting perfectly screened here by Logan McCauley. Brady, can you make out the number of who's doing the repairs to Morbillo's skate there?
I cannot. You're right. He's right in our way here. He's also turned to the side. I can't see the back of the jersey.
Also turned to the side.
Get our answer right here.
There it is. I think that might be enough for me to say it is Todd Rausch, number 80. Could be wrong. Could also be Francisco Menino. Either way, we're underway. Third period, 3-3. Craig has the puck for Southampton. Flips it over to McNamee, who finds D'Angelo. D'Angelo trying to create some space. Good forecheck here from the Friars. Strain up Tage. Merritt will just push it through into the zone, where it's handled now by Galloway. Not quite out. Poked past McNamee, picking up speed. Trevor Galloway! Stopped by Terriazos. Flipped across, then settled down by Southampton. They'll break out. Bistrain Emptage. Lost control of the puck. Wearing the A for Southampton. Gets it to McNamee. And back to Harrington. Into the zone. Pardon me, that was McCourt. Into the zone, Southampton. to the offensive zone. Friars trying to break out. And it rolls onto the stick of Landon Ivizaj. Ivizaj to Galloway. Galloway poked away by Harrington. Hops back on it. Galloway shot, scores! Trevor Galloway! And the Friars retake the lead. It's 4-3.
First things first. Here's the previous chance. Breakaway. And a big save from Terriazos on that one, but not out of the woods yet. And strong board play here by the Friars. And just from the high slot, not sure if Terriazos was screened a bit there, just a perfectly placed shot. Friars back in front.
Galloway, his second point of the evening. The difference-making goal. Minardi looking for a response. And a chance that just goes wide off the stick of Mistretta. Mistretta back across, no! McCourt banks it down. You hear the groans from the crowd in attendance as they saw the puck go through the crease and out the other way. Settling things down, Southampton, or rather St. Anthony's, to Zano. Now Kalmar into the zone. Kalmar, wrister, scores! Bar down, Kalmar, 5-3 Friars.
He just picks this one up in the neutral zone, right at the red line. He's not a guy that you want to give too much space to let that puck go. The Whalers did, and they paid for it. What a shot.
Kind of, caught Terriazos in an awkward position for the placement of the shot, as it was kind of in the shoulder area, dropping a bit too quickly into the butterfly, you might say, but I'm no goaltender analyst. Unlike our own Brandon Perrone. D'Angelo has that one go by. McNamee back for D'Angelo. 5-3 Friars. 2 goals here early in the third period. And a turnover and a chance for more. Chance, shot, score! Nooner, second of the game. A breakaway goal. 6-3 for St. Anne's.
Friars starting to feel it here. Still got 12 and a half minutes left, but not a great turnover there for the Whalers. The Friars will take advantage of that just about every time. Another shot high glove on Terriazos.
Yeah, obviously a
St.
pass.
Anthony's.
Obviously a pass D'Angelo wants back. Not sure, didn't get all of it. Either way, this game is opened up. It was 3-3 heading into the third. 3 consecutive goals for St. Anne's in about 3 minutes, under 3 minutes to be precise. And Southampton need to stop the bleeding. A chance, score! Hat-trick goal for Nicholas Nooner. Or not quite. I'm not sure. No, that did not go in. Not sure what I'm looking at there.
Get another look at it. Yeah, that one just looks like it goes straight up into the netting. At least from what it looked like on that
Night
replay.
doctor appointment will be in order for yours truly. I definitely need to get him checked after that. Meanwhile, the Friars continuing to put the pedal to the metal, foot firmly on the gas. 3 straight goals, looking for more. Good play, though, by Mistretta. Minardi to open space, using the speed. Cam Minardi in for Southampton, gets taken down. Penalty upcoming. I don't think it's a penalty shot. Some of the fans in attendance wanting one. Of course, I'll never say no to a penalty shot, but I wouldn't say that was a clear, clean, and distinct breakaway chance. So a 2-minute turn on the power play for Southampton is in order.
Still got 11 and a half minutes left.
They do.
Feels like could be a must score. They still got time, but this is a great opportunity at the very least for them to get back in it. Look out, though.
Frustrating play for Craig as it goes between his legs, and now he takes the penalty, and a shot just goes wide. Great rush up the ice there from Todd Roush.
That's the last thing they wanted.
That-
Southampton, that is.
Truly a nightmare scenario for the Whalers. You get a power play opportunity off a great rush up the ice for Minardi. And in 10 seconds, are back to even strength, or back to 4-on-4, even played hockey. D'Angelo. Try to flip one ahead for McNamee. It is McNamee. Wristing it in. Pushed across to the other side. Far side of the ice where the Friars break out. Plenty of space out there. Trying to take advantage of that space was Menino. He gets shoved down, however. Big hit. Back the other way. O'Sullivan to the forehand shot off the post. That close. Minardi hustling to it. Making one Friar miss, but unable to get back on the puck. And the Friars will move out with it. McNamee taking the body on Menino. We got to stop it. Menino slashing McNamee there. And I believe the official's saying both have to come off.
Yeah, there was a delayed penalty there. And now, after the whistle, looked like we had some more physicality after the fact. We'll see exactly what these calls are.
Turning into a bit of a penalty parade for sure. With 10:16 to go here in the third. Friars all 3 goals here in the third period.
It's like Giants Cowboys on ice.
Brady, I did not think it would be you, of all people, to bring up the game last night.
Oh, we'll leave it at that.
Oh, much like the Giants quarterback who leads the league in passing yards, these will be your league leading statistics for the Suffolk County High School Hockey League, given it is the first game that is being played. Fired across. 4-on-4 is the result of all of that mumbo jumbo. Minardi. Now Mistretta. See if we get any more hullabaloo in the game as we continue on. Or if the officials will nip it in the butt there. McCourt. Try to bank it in. Take it over, good pass. Minardi just couldn't quite settle that one down. Friar fan on my left wanted a call, won't get one. And it goes all the way down. That'll be an icing. Face-off coming all the way back down to my left. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here and only on LI Sports Network. Ryan Brannigan, Brady Campbell, our cameraman Wally Mitchell. Be sure to check us out again on social media. We have a lot of great stuff going on social media at LI Sports Network. A lot of great stuff in store for you guys up there. Great stuff to come from us and our team. We're so hard at work. Give a ton of credit to everyone doing all the cool stuff behind the scenes. Gabe DeCurry among that crew. Shout out Gabe. And another penalty upcoming. This one will be on the Friars as that centering feed gets turned away, an interference penalty. Just to catch you up on all the penalties in case you were, well, what's going on with all those penalties? You're thinking to yourself. Well, according to the feed here, we've got a penalty hooking minor for Grady Craig, a tripping minor for Logan McCauley, roughing for Menino, and interference for McNamee. That was all in the last few minutes or so. Another penalty here. Brady, do you have the call?
Not
We're waiting,
quite yet.
waiting
We're
for the
waiting
official
for the
call.
score table.
I'm not sure if you caught the official and we're doing some sign reading or not.
Believe it may have been interference. We'll get it in a second.
McCourt sends in. D'Angelo giving chase. Minardi in reinforcement. Shot from McCourt right off the rear end of Kalmar. McCourt interferes. Penalty shot, deflection, save made. Great tip out in front from O'Sullivan. Minardi will spin one toward the front of the net, wouldn't go. Held in at the blue line by McCourt. Into the corner, Kalmar with a hit on D'Angelo. And reverse to the other side, hustling to get there Harrington. Harrington will keep in. And again at the line and not out. And now it's out. Circling D'Angelo. D'Angelo's shot, looking 5-hole, stopped by Morbillo. 2-on-1 in the corner in favor of the short-handed team. O'Sullivan trying to get around the defender. O'Sullivan centers for D'Angelo, coming out to challenge, making the save. Morbillo, rebound goes wide. An excellent defensive play made by Ivezaj.
That was incredible vision as well from O'Sullivan to set up that chance from behind the goal with a man on him.
D'Angelo a chance, and that's stopped by Morbillo. 7:32 to go, third period. 6-3 St. Anthony. Southampton trying not to let this game slip away from them. They were up 2-0 in the first. Gave up 3 consecutive goals, tied the game late in the second at 3 apiece. And have seen a disastrous third period for them. Fantastic by the standards of the Friars, leaving the score 6-3. McNamee. Coming down from the point position, dropping it off. Now back for Craig, deflection, score! Right out in front. Believe it was Cam Minardi who deflected the shot. Let's take another look. 6-4 power play goal for Southampton.
This was a pretty deflection. Watch, you see Minardi, number 1, creeping right in front of the goal. Great hand-eye. Huge goal, Southampton, not done yet.
7:17 to go. Third period. Chance there is getting through the defense. Not getting a shot through, of course, though, to Zano. Seen a couple of highlight reels. 3-on-2 developing. And dangling, a shot, save made off the stick of Mertz. Kretz, pardon. Now the other way it goes for for St. Anne's. Out in front, Terriazos there. Not sure he faked a shot, however. The blue line, Nooner. Nooner looking for room, has none, will play it to the outside. Good cycle here for the Friars. McCauley, shot stopped by Terriazos. Rebound, save Terriazos. Another try, wouldn't go. And McNamee picks it up, dodges a hit. Emptage. Bristrin Emptage leading the rush, putting it between the legs. Gets hammered. Chance, though, for the Whalers, no dice. And now all by themselves, Hoffman, joined by Ivezaj. And that pass, pardon me, that was Tizano, and it misfired on the pass. Slow change for the Whalers. They have it the other way. Minardi on the backhand. Minardi spinning out of it. Finding Craig, wrist shot blocked. Going the other way with speed, McCauley. McCauley cuts in. McCauley backhand, save made. Terriazos has got to come up big as Southampton have to take more chances. Down by 2 here, third period. Mistretta. Minardi. Mistretta blocked by Kalmar. Out come the Friars. It's Galloway. Down low, McCourt. Hoffman there for the Friars. Comes back onto the stick of Kalmar. Off the high glass. Back for McCourt. Taken momentarily, there was Solis out there. Southampton regather. Minardi cuts in. Minardi shot! Trying to headbutt it for the Friars. Solis pushes it in. Continuing to keep the momentum of the puck going was Mistretta. Solis will backhand it along. Again, it's Galloway's chance. Bouncing puck doesn't cross the line. Now it does. Friars get it right back. 7-4, 4:06 to go in the third.
What a sequence. Let's see, the first shot. Oh, that shot just hits Terriazos on the wrong side of the net. He didn't even see it. Great hustle, though, by the Friars to find that rebound. Just 4 minutes left. They got to be feeling good about their chances now.
And then you've got Harrington, who had his back to the puck, checking, I believe it was Solis, into the net, where he could have had a play on the puck. Nevertheless, it's always easier to call things from up here than down there. McNamee, good feed. O'Sullivan, the backhand gets tripped up. He goes down, and he's going after the Friar who took him down. Frustration boiling over. We'll see if O'Sullivan, who drew a penalty for his team, will instead turn into a 4-on-4 situation. And that will certainly be the case, as O'Sullivan is being shown his way to the penalty box.
Not a good penalty there for O'Sullivan. Obviously down 3, just 4 minutes left, but you get the power play opportunity to try and give yourselves a glimmer of hope. Not a good penalty after the whistle.
O'Sullivan says he has 3 assists in the game, although I could have sworn he scored a goal. Am I making that up, Brady? 2 goals. We love our live stats, but sometimes they do let us down. Chance, Friars, shot wide. Off the stick of Ivizaj. D'Angelo picking up speed. Again, we're all even after the last sequence. We'll have a roughing and tripping calls respectively, cross-checking to be exact. Long shot sticked away by Morbillo. 3:18 to go. McNamee. Whalers back down 4, trying to make something happen. Instead, it's Satera handing it back along to his defenseman. Galloway to control. Lost it. D'Angelo looking for a centering feed to Minardi, was blocked. Satera, or pardon me, that's Hoffman. Here's McNamee. Nice little head fake at the line. Chill walk. Fire! Blocker save made. McNamee. Backhanding it into open space for Minardi to get to it. Tries to keep in, cannot. Minardi with Ivizaj draped all over him. Outlet pass through the skates of Kessler. Held in by McNamee. McNamee. And that pass, maybe shot, gloved by Morbillo. .2:13 to go. Third period. Opening night of the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. Friars up by 3. Comes into the zone. Coming up after this game, if you really just love the sound of Brady and I's voices that much, we have West Islip against Ward Melville. That game taking place at the JV level. Minute 38 to go. Good possession for the Friars. Pass off a body in front, believe it was Mistretta. Mistretta tried clearing it, hit the back of the net. Long shot wide. Over on the other side, developmental. Northport Huntington Longwood. 3-2 in favor of the Tigers of Northport Huntington. Shot scores off the rush, Colmar. And this game, which was already decided, even more so, 8-4 Friars.
Once again, Colmar will use his speed to create some space. Looks like that one goes 5-hole. And he has his second of the hockey game.
Through the wickets of goaltender Terriazos, who's made a number of great saves in this game, despite the 8 spot up on the board. As is Morbillo. And a game that we really didn't know which way it was going to go heading into the third, but after a few minutes in the third, it became pretty clear the Friars weren't about to let this game get out of their hands and start the season 0-1. Pass to the point, but having left that point was the Friar defenseman, Galloway. D'Angelo, that's taken away by McCauley. McCauley with Galloway, 2-on-2. McCauley charging to the net, shot. Goes high and wide, might have glanced off Terriazos and getting taken down in the process, and we'll have yet another penalty, Brady. And that number is up to 73 in the game. I'm kidding. It feels that way.
It does. Should likely be the last one of the game. Just 13 seconds left. So St. Anthony's probably just try to run out the clock here with their man advantage.
Puck nearly touched with the high stick. Instead, we play on off the high glass. And waiting for it, D'Angelo, 2-on-0. As time expires, D'Angelo missed it by a country mile, and that'll do it. Again, a game that was very tightly contested through 2 was quickly taken control of by the black and gold of St. Anthony in the third as they put 5 goals in the third period for the Friars en route to an 8-4 win on opening night for both of these teams, including us here at LI Sports Network. So any final thoughts here, Brady, before we wrap it up?
What a game to start our season. It got a little less close at the end, of course, with the Friars pulling away. But credit to the Southampton team. You know, they didn't have the best season last year. And obviously a loss is a loss, but they came out firing. They had a lead against a very good St. Anthony's team. There's a lot of good to build on but for them. And, of course, the Friars got a little hairy there at the beginning, but they were able to come together and pull away a big victory here in their opening game.
8-4 your final. Thank you so much for tuning into the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Like I said, we have a junior varsity matchup coming up right after this between Ward Melville and West Islip. Don't go anywhere. Stick it right here on LI Sports Network. But from our cameraman, Wally Mitchell, board operator, color commentarier, and everything else in between, Brady Campbell, I'm Ryan Brannigan, saying so long from the Rinks and Hop Hog. Till next time, have a good night.